Привет всем! Let's talk about future tense and expressing future actions. We're using perfective and imperfective verbs. We've already talked about how to express past tense actions using perfective and imperfective verbs. We know that there are some subtle differences between the two. And just like there were in the past tense, there are some differences in the ways we use perfective and imperfective verbs in the future tense. So let's look at imperfective verbs first. Just like with the past tense, we use it for expressing repeated actions, such as Каждое утро я буду завтракать. Every morning I will eat breakfast. Maybe you're talking about what your plans are for next month. Every morning, every day. So we've got that каждое, repeated action. Я буду завтракать. Okay, so repeated actions, imperfective. Also, duration, if you're talking about how long something lasts. На новой работе я буду работать на компьютере весь день. So at my new job, I will work on the computer all day. All day. Sounds like a boring job. Duration, repeated actions. And another way that we use the imperfective in the future tense, just like we did in the past tense, is for simple naming. So we're not focusing on a completed action. We're not talking about duration or repetition, but we're just naming the action in general. Что вы будете делать сегодня вечером? What are you going to do today? What are you going to do this evening? Later. So what will you do? So just naming. So just like we have for past tense, for future tense, we use imperfective verbs to express repeated action, duration, or simple naming. So how about perfective verbs? Well, we use these for a completed action or something that has a result or something that's just like a one-time completed thing. Will be completed because we're talking about the future tense. So, for example, Я напишу 2 письма. I will write 2 letters. We're talking about something very specific. We're just not talking about every day we write 2 letters or it takes us 2 hours to write 2 letters. We're talking about something that you will do just today, just this one future event. Я напишу 2 письма. And you will have something to show for it. You will have 2 letters, 2 completed letters. So there is our completed action. You will have written the letters, it will be done. Я напишу 2 письма. I will write 2 letters. Perfective. We also use perfective for a sequence of completed events, where first one has to end before the other can start. For example, Amanda сначала прочитает эту статью, напишет план, и, наконец, напишет текст. So here's what Amanda will do later today or next week. We don't know when, sometime in the future. So first, she will read this article, and she'll read it all the way through. She won't just read like a couple paragraphs. She'll read the whole article, and she'll finish reading it. Then she will напишет план. Then she will write her plan, and not just a few little bullet points, but a full plan. And then she will, наконец, напишет текст. So maybe she's writing like a report or something. So first, read the article all the way through. Then write up an outline or a plan all the way through. And then finally, write the text itself all the way through to the end. So first she has to finish one before she can move on to the next. And then, just like in the past tense, we'll also use perfective verbs in the future tense to talk about some sort of expected outcome, something that we expect to be done. So this is something that, for example, a teacher might say to students. So, or you might say to your mom, Ты приготовишь завтрак? Will you cook breakfast? Not just will you start cooking breakfast, will you like get out the cereal and not the milk, but will you actually get breakfast all the way done? So Ты приготовишь завтрак. You're expecting there to be some sort of completed action. You're expecting breakfast on the table. So that is another use of the perfective in the future tense if you have an expected outcome. Your teacher might ask you like, will you write the paper? They don't mean they want you to start writing it. It means you need to write it all the way through. So let's look at a few more examples and see if we can determine why the perfective or the imperfective is being used. Мы все вместе будем встречать Новый год. So we will celebrate New Year's all together. So we've got imperfective verb here. We can see the construction because we've got the helping verb, быть, мы будем встречать, and the imperfective infinitive. So we know it's imperfective. So why? Why is it imperfective? Our choices are repeated action, duration, or simple naming. This one's simple naming. Like We're not saying every year we're going to celebrate New Year's together. We're not saying all night we're going to celebrate New Year's together. We're just saying, just basic, yeah, we're going to do it together, celebrate New Year's. Let's look at another one. До спектакля он мне покажет театр, потом мы будем смотреть спектакль. So we've got two actions here, and one is perfective and one is imperfective. So the first one is our completed expected result. So before the play, he's going to show me the theater, and he'll show me everything in the theater. He'll show me the whole thing, and then it'll be done. And then he won't show me the theater again. Like, maybe I'll look around, but he's not going to give me a tour a second time. You don't need 2 tours of the same place. That's just boring. So first he's going to show me the theater, and then in our second half we've got an imperfective verb. Потом мы будем смотреть спектакль. Why? Simple naming. Like, we're just saying what we're going to do. We don't care about the outcome. We don't care about, I don't know, an expected thing that's going to happen. It's just simple naming. Let's do another one. Я обязательно расскажу. So I will definitely tell you. Why perfective here? Here we've got a single one-time completed result action with some kind of result. The result is whoever you're talking to will have the knowledge of whatever it is you're going to tell them. So we're just talking about this one specific event. I mean, it totally depends on context, right? You could say, каждый день я буду рассказывать тебе о, I don't know, моей жизни. Every day, I'll tell you about my life. I don't know why you would, but theoretically, depending on context, you could say that. And it would work if you use the imperfective future. All right, last one. На наше Рождество мы пойдем вместе в ресторан. So for our Christmas, like our celebration of Christmas, we will go together to a restaurant. Why do we have a perfective future here? Yes. One-time action with a single result of us all going together to the restaurant for Christmas. We're not saying every Christmas we go. We're not saying we're going to be at the restaurant for like 3 hours. We're just saying we will, this one time, this one specific Christmas, we will go together to a restaurant. So, quick sum up, we use imperfective future, which is будет plus the imperfective infinitive, to express a repeated action, duration, or simple naming. We use perfective future, which is the conjugated perfective verb. Looks like present tense, but the meaning is future, to express a completed one-time action with some kind of result, a sequence of completed actions, or something with an expected outcome. And that's the future tense in Russian.